just added. Oh.
All right, and welcome back to Talking Tactical Podcast. We are definitely running a little late, but welcome to episode 21, officially into the second round of double digits, I think it counts as, right?
22, actually.
22, right, sorry, 22. I hope I said that. I did. As always, we got Gallagher throwing out random ways of saying hello in chat.
As always.
As always. And as also always, I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Nero Wolf, so welcome. Somebody
How's it going, everybody?
Actually built a little set, which I'm hopefully going to work on this weekend. We'll see.
Oh, it's not built at all. It's a there we go. There's the phone in the corner, as promised. I had some styrofoam foam board, and it was white, and it works perfectly for the time being until I can actually build a proper set. Well, we're going to say that to the next department.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it'll be good. So tonight we are going to be talking fitness, gear play styles, and the always fun keyboard warriors. Dun, dun, dun. Gallagher's happy he got introduced before the co-host. It's one of those days. We were running late because I had little ones to put down that didn't want to go down, so always fun.
We put them down hard.
Actually, the third time my son got up, I was like, all right, you're going to bed, and that's that. So, oh, hey, Danny. All right, so let's start off. You want to start fitness, or you want to start play styles?
Start with play styles.
Play styles. All right. I gotta turn myself up.
Damn it, I threw my phone away, and that had all my notes. Okay,
of course.
So I'm going to be winging it.
That's always fun. All right, so play styles. Okay, here's my question actually for you, because I always attribute this back to speedball. So there's the 1, 2, and 3. The 1 is the attacker. The 2 is usually backing up the 1, but is also in for a fill position. And then the 3 is the back player, usually directing people and stuff like that. What do you think, or do you try and put it more actual like combat terms? Like, what's your take on the roles?
You need to have good communication, and if a role helps you communicate better by delegating who's going where and doing what, then 110% you have to have role names.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, and 3, that's pretty basic. That's pretty simple because I guess depending on how you use it, you can't really decipher what 1, 2, and 3 mean.
Yeah.
But then that could be anything. So.
Yeah, and definitely, like, you always want to go for traditional too. Like, we had a podcast way back where we talked about, like, you have your point man communications, back guard, all of that. So what do you think, like, pigeonholing people into field type, like, or archetypes though? Like, do you think it's
You mean like speedballers or speedballers and so on and so forth?
no, like someone, oh, this person's always the number one, like the aggressor, or the quote unquote sniper or heavy gunner always likes to play at the back. Like, do you think it's a good thing to have a playstyle and master it, or do you think it's jack of all trades?
Yeah, no, have a play style that works for you. If you can be a jack of all trades, do it, because that's obviously a play style that works for you. As far as play, like, some people are just better meant to be a back. They just don't have the agility or the speed.
Yeah.
To be a front player and really push the line. But then you get the heavy gunners who push through and can do both. You know.
Yeah.
So.
I definitely think
it's all about balance.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things too, is it's good to play different positions to get the perspectives. Like the guy who plays the back always screaming at the front guy to move up further, but then the front guy always assuming the back guy is just like, oh, you're not really doing anything. And Danny made a comment there, like, master it and then learn the other styles to know the rules, like kind of what I just said. And like you said too, I think play within your physical limitations. We have a mutual friend, Shaky, who always plays back, but he's a bigger, taller guy. Getting in small isn't really his forte. Someone like George is just a walking turret of mass on the paintball field. So he's definitely like, there are those
he has fun. He plays
he has
for
fun. Yeah.
He understands that it's all a game, and he knows he can do it, so he does it. Why not? What are you gonna do? Tell me to stop playing by the rules? You know. It's perfect. I love it. He's a character.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. But yeah, and I think that's the big thing is, like, me and you are the aggressors. We play those positions. But I always make the joke to people that, like, I would say you're more aggressive than I am, because you'll run full tilt no matter what at the beginning. And I always have like, if it's like a 10-minute game, I spend 1 minute just checking out the field, and then I make my moves. I've noticed that, because everyone's like, oh, like, you're always up front. And I'm like, I am, but I always make sure I can get there first instead of just bombing it in. So it's definitely
bombing it in.
Yeah. Commenting. Yeah, whatever. So then it leads into the fitness too. To kind of go there is, I think we always make the joke, like, train the way you play the way you train. Is, you know what? If you're finding yourself not being able to make it onto the field, go for your walks. Locally, but throw on your combat boots. Like, throw on, not like necessarily walk around in like your full on gear, but load up and.
Well, I'd suggest, if you're going to go for a jog or go for a walk, go in running or jogging shoes. Like, your combat boots they're kind of a nice cast for your ankles and your feet. They're not great for running in at all.
But I mean, like, if you have your limited time, throw on some resistance. Like, if you don't have an hour to go for a good hour run, throw on the resistance.
Naturally.
Yeah. So that's where I meant for that. Like, because someone like myself, like, I don't always have enough time to go for a big run, but I've also been commuting more, and I've been always trying to take the stairs, and oh my god, your knee burn when you first do that. And that's a good one, is like, take the stairs when you can. Like, you'd be surprised. And one joke, oh, go ahead. I live on
a third floor walk up. There is an elevator, but it's just easier for me to park at the bottom of the stairs and then hike up the three flights. It's just the 3 stories, rather.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And
pardon me, I'm not feeling very well.
Yeah, we're both pretty drowsy today. But another one too is oh crap, what was I gonna say here? I agree with a lot of people, like, you know what, like, I eat the way I want to, I hang out the way I want to, like, all that. Like, everyone's like, oh, fitness, this and that in society so much. But the one thing I will say is, do put on all of your gear and weigh yourself. Then
if you have a scale.
If you have a scale, or roughly.
They don't care about their weight.
It's true. But do that once. Do 10 flights of stairs. Take it off. Do another, like, 10 flights of stairs again. Like, just up and down, like, your one thing. And just, like, don't tell me that 10 pounds in that situation doesn't feel better. Like, I think that's a huge thing that some people may not think of is that like shaving off that 10 pounds can make a nice difference. I've noticed it myself.
Oh, well, athletes, firefighters, police officers, they've always trained with like weighted vests and things. Like it's just you have to train the way you play the way you train. You have to keep that kind of fitness level up by wearing what you need to wear. I wish I had a weighted vest. I used to actually put metal plates into one of my vests just to give it a good comparison, but I couldn't exactly run around the city streets here in Keswick in an attack vest. Wouldn't go well.
Curtis would freak out on me pretty quick. I'm gonna put it that way.
But there is a local there's a local football field right next door to me that I could go to at any time, and I didn't really notice it, or really didn't. I pass it every day on my way home.
Yeah,
and it only included in today that hey, the whole summer I could have gone for a jog any day. Oh well, cardio is a big thing. So back to the play styles. If you're going to play front, you obviously have to have the cardio for it. Being able to have those explosive bits of energy is great, but being able to maintain that kind of energy is key. It's good to take rest every once in a while. I mean, really sit down, assess your situation, check your mags, take a breath, and then carry on. But again, you have to have the fitness level to do that. And then obviously, there's a lot of larger boys like to play the back because they can just sit at the back and throw paint, spit it out. I know. Tongue twister.
All the sisses. Another one too is we did mention like it's hard to sometimes train, but if you even do something like set up a pylon obstacle course, I need to get into this bunker, but then practice your slide in. I want to backtrack quickly out. I want to run here, crouch, and then stand up, and then crouch again, and then lean in, lean out. If there are like trees and forests that you can play at, it's even better. One thing is that like look at a trail, see how you can successfully make it through a trail with all the debris that's on it. That's can be really important. Like we mentioned, like boots give you the casting support, but that's something else that can help a ton. James made a comment. He's like, I'm a big boy and I like being up in the front line, which, like we said, do what's comfortable, but do you like, don't try and pigeon yourself into a situation, but also always remember that paintball ends by either you shooting everybody or you getting shot. Like, not to say like you would be like Rambo style and do it, but it's like everyone walks off the field shot at some time. So playing back too far back, like that's my only thing is with those ones. And Danny said like train with your gear. We did comment though, like you can't really walk around in public sometimes like that, but if you got a basement, if you got a couple doors to walk through, how do you clear every so many steps? Can you drop and reload no problem? Can you actually like drop onto your knees, like if there's a firefight, like someone like you have an alarm kind of set, like different timers, can you just drop and get into a firing position? Like how quickly can you recover from surprise? So definitely one of my favorite things to do too is whenever I've changed my loadout is I always do a little pace. I walk around my basement and I run through I run through like my full meg setup that I want 3 times, and then just to see like, is it comfortable, is it like, can I switch on the fly, can I find stuff, even something as simple as now that I'm back to using mil-sig mags, my dams were ambidextrous, like no matter which way. When I first pulled them out, I just had to put it in. Now I do have a lead on the magazine, so I learned very quickly that I want, like if I'm pulling it out with my left hand, I want the mags always facing one particular way. And every time when I go on the field, I always do that. Like I put it in and then I pull it out and insert it, and I'm like, okay, like this is the right way, because I always forget it sometimes when I'm there too, because I haven't been out in 2 months and it's killing me. Slowly but surely. You're commanding a game right here? Yes, so I'm generaling a game at Sector October 14th. So the second week of October, we're doing a zombie game. It's a mini event, not hosted by myself, so it's not like an all-day game, but it's going to be in the wooded field once, in the town 3 times, or 2 times. I forget exactly, but they're 45-minute games. Like, they're longer games, and I'm going to be taking up a role in those, which I'm excited for. I'm really looking forward to that because the zombie rules look interesting already on how they're going to do it. Jamie is setting it up with props and everything, so there will be like zombie bile where they'll actually have a projectile, and similar to a paint grenade or a paint grenade, and then there will be the zombie comes and tags you out. Both you and the zombie are out at the same time. So
Interesting.
yeah, it will be interesting. I think a neutral faction like that is a good way of controlling the game. Also, you'll know where the zombies are, but they'll be doing like a feeding frenzy where they're in one spot, and so like you walk onto the field, they're at this one point, but they're all huddled around some food, and they have a set time period when their food is done and they go out hunting. But if you shoot them, you can get them into the game sooner. So it's one of those things is like aggro them.
Aggro and
yeah. So I think it'll be interesting. The only thing is I've played the role of your meatbag to be shot at, and it's a hit or miss. I did it once and it worked really well. I did it a second time, and I would say I never do it again because
Georgina did a zombie hunt or a zombie wagon ride, and we had to get volunteers to do it, and they only volunteered for 1 year. They did not do it again because even though it was the 50 cal, the lighter paint, still those people just were relentless.
Yeah,
they just unloaded on those poor guys.
And it should be a respect on them. Like, you know what? Like, like a couple shots like to deter and everything else with that.
Respect the condom. Old Adam Sandler skit.
So on that point too, though, like we talked gear, we talked this. What about keyboard warriors? So we just made the comment, like, I haven't been out in 2 months to play. Just August was crazy for us. I got 3 weddings back to back. I'm on second one this weekend, and then another one. So what do you think of the online community for paintball right now?
I've stepped away from the online community, perfectly honest with you, because I've seen it just gets like there's so many trolls out there. There's even like entire pages dedicated to trolling paintball companies, and it's just toxic. And I mean, it's spreading into the mainstream media. Like, everybody starts talking about it, which just gives these trolls more power. And I just don't pay attention to it anymore. I've kind of really backed away.
Yeah,
it's stupid. These guys go out of their way to pick fights, and it's not fun. It's not worth it. Like,
and I think one of my things is that the especially saying it, the MegFed community is matured enough that the novelty of it's worn off almost. So when I got into MegFed 3 years ago now, I joined like every MegFed group I could. Like, there was good discussions. This is like when the M17 first launched, and then the T15 came out. Like, there were actual, I must say his name, like there were new products constantly coming out from MegFed, and it was growing and booming. Now that it's kind of matured and is tapering off, where we're not seeing as large spikes of new players all the time, I think it is becoming carnivorous. And like, one of the jokes is like, someone comes and makes a post about first strikes being more deadly than round ball, and everyone's like, oh no, but that might be that person's first post on it because they just joined the Facebook group. But that being there for the 3 years, we've seen the comments, we've seen I got shot by a first strike, and this is the bruise it left, and this is the versus a paintball. So and you're right, like, the trolls are there. Like, I'm just gonna go in there and throw in a comment when I can.
Can I use a TGR2 mag in my Milsig? Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's the last time I saw a post on the Milsig owners group. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm walking away. You should all wash your mouths out with soap, and I'm done.
Yeah. And I think that's a big thing too, is that like the custom stuff is interesting. Like, the paintball photography page was really active for a while. I don't think I've seen like a legit new post in there in quite a bit. I also think too that, like we commented on earlier, it is just a game. It is just for fun. But you know what? If you want to deck your marker out in some super cool custom gear, like props to you for wanting to do it. I know you're like groaning a little bit, and what I mean though is like not necessarily let's throw on a laser and a scope and a riser and have my flip up sights at the same time and all of that. But I mean, like, if you want to color it, like
I've painted almost every gun I owned.
Yeah,
I love painting my guns. It's so much fun. You customize it and it's yours.
Who is it
forever.
On the Milsig side? He was at 0 Hour. He has like the Deadpool type gear.
I couldn't tell you. I'm so bad with names, man.
So,
but I know exactly what you're talking about.
The red handle.
That was all. Yeah, it was gorgeous.
And that's what I mean. Like that one, I'm like that's the props. And then he actually has like his gear itself. Like when he puts his stuff on, he has a mask, I4s. He's put on like the respirators on the front. He's done like a little bit of a tubing thing with it. Like that's so cool. And you know what? Like I get people who are like, oh, it's just like cosplay and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, but it's fun. Like I'm looking at like Halloween costumes right now, and I'm like, I wonder if I could just grab this and wear it on the paintball field, just for fun. Well, we're talking to Mr. Cosplay when on the paintball field here, Deadpool. Like, why do you do it? Because it's fun.
Because it's just a game. Like, why not? Why not?
Yeah, and I think that's the other part too is that like keyboard warriors, as much as we're talking about them as well here, like there's the trolls, and then there's also, well, when's the last time you've actually been out to play? And that's where
it's been a while.
The cycle
it's been a very long while now.
Yeah, but then it's also like the commenters, like, well, you're always on Facebook. Like, why am I never seeing you at the field? And like one joke there is like, I go to the field and I'm like, I'm gonna take so many pictures for the podcast page and Instagram. I take one when I'm setting up, and then I get in my car and I go, well, that was stupid.
Yeah, I have planned to take a lot of pictures. And I take one or two maybe, but a lot of people take pictures, and I'm in a lot of pictures.
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing too, though, is that like we go there with that intention. We have a media platform that we want to. We just don't bother, and yeah, I don't know. It's such a weird. It's a topic that like we can go on, but at the same time, I'm feeling like we're struggling with it now.
No. We can go back to gear. Actually, I really enjoyed talking about it. We never really finished yesterday.
No, last week.
Last week.
No, I just mean with the trolls. Like they're there.
Well, I hate.
I think there's trolls always going to be there.
I don't like to talk about them ever. They just give them more power the more you talk about them, and that's it. I don't even know. I don't remember who they are. I don't remember what their page is. I think I like it, but it's just
the troll ups.
Keep it. That's the one.
Yeah. They have
I hate when people hide behind anonymity. Like there's 4 or 5 different people like Squiggles and the troll ops and all those other guys who just hide behind anonymity. Spit it out. What's another word for anonymity? There you go. I can spit it out now. But so they hide behind it, and it's just like, come on, man, like show your face.
Yeah.
Be a man about it.
Yeah, and
troll people. Some people deserve it. Some people earned it, but it is what it is.
And like I said, some of them are pretty good. Some of them I'm like, So, I think let's put it this way: is don't interact with the Facebook people that you only see on there. Interact with the people that you see at the field and that you get to actually shoot with and shoot against. And those are the people that, you know what, they definitely been out there and they'll have the same experiences as you. So back onto gear, because like I said, we did cover it last week and we have some more stuff now. So where do you want to go with that one?
Oh, well, we can go back to fitness and back to the way you play and the way you train. We touched on I screwed up a couple of things. I called the starting point in a game end zones. I was actually watched. Oh, he's tired. We might have to call a very short game tonight, boys.
Yeah. I'm
Tyler's
old, married, and have kids.
And his kids kept us from launching early today, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, Matthew had a nap, so he was like, I'm not going to go to bed in a decent
That's another thing we should talk about, because the industry's getting old. Our whole group is in our 30s. We're getting married. We're having kids coming up. Keeping the struggle of keeping the game alive is painful. Getting a group of guys to come out is not as easy as it used to be.
100%.
It's so painful. Like even just look at Black Flag. Couldn't even get 100 or 50 pre-regs. Couldn't get a 50 pre-reg. That's That's heartbreaking. I mean, Georgina would max out at maybe 60 or 70 pre-reg on our lowest games. So I mean, this, I don't know. That
Black
really,
Black Flag was also unique, and it was a very high pre-reg, like like not to say like it wasn't warranted, 100% it was, but
Mhm.
just that it was a commitment that people
Yep.
didn't feel. I laughed at it though because I'm like, um, Jeff made the comment like it's 100% like refundable commitment. Like yes,
Yep.
it may take a little bit for the refund to come back to you exactly, like see it posted, but like I registered. I'm going to get a refund. Like, where's the loss? Unless like he didn't have the cash up front and could commit. Like I get that, but
Yep.
and the other thing too is like someone like the GTA MegFed Pickup League is going to be picking up again soon. So
Oh yay.
hit that up on Facebook. But that's one where it's every Sunday, but it was like Sunday or Saturday, I forget. But anyways, it was early in the morning and people could jump in, pop in, and I think that's the funny part is like I was laughing the other day where I was like, I don't want to drive an hour to go to the field. Like it was like one of those things is like I want to pop in to play paintball and then pop home. And if I'm commuting an hour, I'm like I want to make it like an all day thing, and I'm just laughing because I'm like previously it was like, oh, let's do like 3 hours, whatever, and
Yep.
it was nothing. And I think that is the thing. Like we are.
Let's do an hour. We're getting old. We really are.
Oh, I know, but part of it is too is it's the timing, like to commit to it. And one thing is like I've been trying to streamline my gear for years because I'm like I want to get there and be set up in like 15 minutes and hit the field. And every time I play MegFed, I am 45 minutes getting ready. And like it's like I'm gonna put my boots on, I'm gonna put my pants on at home. I'm gonna have I just literally have to get there, chrono, air, and paint up. But it's like every time. Whereas everyone would laugh when I would bring my dye gun or my space gun, and it was like no, because I put it in, I put a hopper, I dump the bag in, I just go shoot it a couple times, and I walk back, and I'm done, and that's it, and then I'm ready to go on the field, and that was my quick setup for that very reason. So, like, is there a fix, or is it that we need regularity? Like, we just need to say first Saturday of every month, everyone come to the field, and
Yes.
then
We need organization.
yeah,
That's our biggest. I mean, organization, and we need commitment.
mm-hmm.
And like right now, we got so many other things. It's just we can't right now. It's nearly impossible. You've got two kids.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a fiance and kids. Hopefully in the next year or two or three, who knows? Oh, I'm getting looks.
This has
4
been
years.
recorded.
4 years.
Were you sure you
4
wanted
years.
to say that?
4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
When she's
And-
almost 30 and I'm 35, so they might be retarded, but
I think the other thing too is that you're right, consistency.
I'm kidding. Oh, I'm in trouble.
Uh oh. I think consistency is the
Old
other big one.
sperm. Pardon me.
Like you said, consistency is the big thing because if we say like we're gonna go every first Saturday or third Saturday is MegFed at XYZ field, you go 5 times and only
Mhm.
3 people show up. Cool.
Yep.
Like, you go, you still have fun, but then everyone else gets used to it. And like one joke is that like it takes a month for everyone's schedules to kind of align like that, and it'll happen. Like I'm trying to make it to more things. I did a pretty good job this summer, and then August and September, it was like August, we had a lot of stuff going on. I'm like, okay, I'll just take the foot off the gas pedal, and then September was like, I literally have no chance in September to go, and I was like, well, I guess I should have gone in August because I just didn't think that far out ahead. And it is like I've gotten a new position where I have guaranteed weekends off finally. Like my schedule before would be like I can't commit to anything
Yeah.
because I'm like I don't know if I'll have to work that weekend.
I guess we should let everybody know that we will be changing our schedule.
Yes, so that being said, I have weekends off, but I'm going to a later schedule in the next 3 weeks. So we will be switching back to a weekend podcast. We'll definitely throw it up on the Facebook page exactly how we're going to break it down. But yes, that will be happening. So that's the only thing there.
12 p.m. till 8 p.m.
Yeah, in downtown Toronto, then getting home.
You know, though, the drive, you could actually drive to work. No, you couldn't drive to work, but you could definitely drive home. It'd be a nice, easy drive home.
Yeah, the
Hey.
only thing is parking. It's the only one I got to wait on. So
Yeah.
now that I did get a later shift, I'm going to kind of look, but at the same time, there's a ton of people. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, like I think we mentioned it the other time too, is that like private games are going to start becoming, I think, the more norm,
Yep.
and maybe not even private games, but just like those walk-on evasions. I think big games are dead to dying. Um, are they going to happen still? 100%. Are they still going to be good? Yeah, but I don't think you're going to see like tier one scenarios put on an event every month. Synergy's going to have events. I'm trying to remember like who the other MegFed people were, or just MegFed games with limited ammo. Those events, I haven't seen one of those in forever. Um, I think was it in Ontario? Did we really just have Honey Badger this year for MegFed?
I don't know. I noticed Adrenaline is putting on. Pardon me. They're planning a MegFed league.
Oh
I
yes,
saw tryouts
yeah,
posted earlier today, so I'm eager to hear how that plans out or
yeah.
pans out. Man, I gotta get like
And you know
speech
what?
therapy again.
To anybody who has like a field and you're doing it, I wrote up an article for Sector about stuff, and my comments were do like a very minimal fee like 10
Mhm.
bucks to get on. Paint is your normal walk-on price, and then do like a mini tournament for players that show up, raffle hat. Everyone who wins though gets a little certificate for free entry, like the top team gets free entry or in a bag of paint, and then the second place team gets free entry. But it's like you don't have to come back for the MegFed, you can come back for another one. Just do it at this specific time of the month every month, and eventually it will grow. And
Mhm.
that's what we need to start to see. Like, I don't think we need to give games with markers being given away and huge prizes every time. I think we just need that starting in the consistency.
I get it. Mommy just got home,
Yeah,
or
someone's
did
saying
puppy
hi.
just go crazy? You can pause it out. No, go ahead. There you go. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, mom just got home and Smokey wanted to say hi.
of course.
Oh yeah, of course.
Hi Ashley.
Everyone says hi. But yeah,
She
so
stopped the show.
she stopped the show. That's fine. Um, but yeah, like I think we're overthinking sometimes, like with how grand event needs to be. Like
Mhm.
my walk-on events were nothing special, but people had a lot of fun.
Oh
I
yeah,
had fun
tons.
doing them.
I had so much fun during those games.
Yeah, and like just simplicity is the main thing. I think just consistency, having fun, putting the players first. We don't need fireworks at every event. I think I made a joke where I want to just put in a building when it gets captured. Just get a not a bottle rocket, Roman candle, and just light
Yeah.
it. Like something like all I need is a duct tape, a lighter, and a Roman candle, and all of a sudden, when a building is taken, things go off. That's super cool and fun.
And a ref there
Yeah,
to set
well,
it off.
a ref, yeah, ref to set it off, obviously. Yeah, and then like I'd even look at something like smoke grenade triggers are another
Mhm.
really fun one. Just again for a little bit of immersion, but I'm like at that point I'm done. Like I don't really think we need much more to make a fun event. Because people are talking like, oh, let's get like carts and four wheelers, and it's fun to dream big, guys, but let's get out to the field to start with and take it from
Yeah,
there.
let's get people playing first
Yeah.
and go from there.
So yeah, I get like we're talking ish gear, but field gear. What do you think to if you're opening a field and you have your initial good bunkers, what are the props that you recommend people get?
Little timer bombs. Those are fun because everybody likes a bomb game.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, a beer keg is a great one. We used to love using the beer keg as a bomb. Just one of the little half kegs.
Yep.
That was a huge. That was a big prop at CQB. We used to love playing with that. Things people can shoot that won't break. Things that are durable,
Yep.
especially, or lots of things that are not durable. Be willing to spend money on them.
Yeah. Um.
Um,
Let's see.
skids, lots of skids. Those are always a. How does that have anything to do with gameplay or game style?
What?
Now we're talking about field construction.
Well, no, because we said the props. 'Cause we were talking about getting people out to the field, and we're like the field props that like you need. I
Mhm.
think flags are a good one. Actually, you really like this too. Is I was supposed to be saying it. Don't let people be sneaky. Make it hard for them. So VIP escort missions at sector, you get reindeer bells, like Christmas bells go on like your wrist while
I
you're running.
remember that yeah, there was what was their Christmas bells on?
It was on the briefcase that you had to
Yes,
extract.
and so it was very easy to just hold the bells very carefully as you
It
ran away.
is, but it also is like if it's on a player, then like you're disabling yourself by doing that. Also, if we marked VIPs, we gave them capes. So you gave them the little
Yeah.
flag, and then you
Mhm.
put it around their neck, and it became a cape. Like it's not like, oh, I have this little banner that kind of hides. Um, Brandon commented like making like fake helicopters, like a shaped prop is definitely a very good one.
Yep.
Um, what about noise stuff? Because like I think my one that I like is like if you capture a place and you hit and you do something, a sound plays. Like I want people to be, because
Yeah, that's
communication is
always good. A siren's always a good thing to have
yeah
go off, but communication is always key, as I always like to say.
yeah,
Uh,
but it's fun to let people know that hey, this happened on the field, even if you're not fully aware of it. Like this is the cool thing. Like hey, this has happened now, so we've moved on to that.
mhm,
I think smoke grenades are a really fun one if you can do them. Um,
naturally.
some fields there are limitations. PRZ, no, PRZ is fine for that. Oh, it's drones that they have a problem with there. Um, there's another one I was
Section
gonna say.
57 has no smokes, right?
Right, because there's a private airport about 2 clicks north of it, and they
Which
actually like
is
they will fly over. So it's something that they're kind of asking about, but they're like, well, you'd have to let us know in advance, and there may be a fine if we have to like relocate. It's one of those ones where it's like, okay, it's just not worth it. Here's something really simple actually too is maps of the field to
yes,
give out
accurate maps of the field.
accurate maps of the field, and you know what, just slip them in a little like a see-through plastic cover, like if you put like a presentation in and
Or
stuff like that.
laminate them. It takes 2 minutes and it's very
Yeah,
cheap. Laminating machines are like $30, $50 at Staples. If Staples is still a thing.
yeah, Staples is still a thing.
No, Toys R Us went out of business. Oh,
Yeah.
no more Nerf. I used to
Yo,
love
Toys R
going
Us in
and
the U.S. declared bankruptcy. Canada may or may not, but it's more
yeah,
reconsolidation
look at
stuff. We'll see.
Target. Target is a bankrupt in Canada, but it's still a thing in the States.
Yeah,
So
that's interesting.
yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, laminate them. Like I did that for my first event, and it was just fun because then like experienced players could explain better where things were and what you needed to do. Like if we start here, and then people just get that visual representation. And I
Or
think
if you're going to be cheap, just use a Ziploc bag.
yeah, which like and that's what I did is I went to Canadian Tire, I grabbed not Canadian Tire, Walmart, and I grabbed the little presentation things, just threw them in there, just gave them a Sharpie, and then
Yep.
they had a quick way of doing a map, and it was a lot of fun for a minimal amount of work to do that. So I think that's something really cool. Definitely, accurate maps are a little bit harder. If Google Maps can kind of give a representation, but then you have to draw out your bunkers and things
Well,
like that.
everybody knows a graphic designer or somebody who's keen with Photoshop. You just give them a topographical map from Google and say, "Hey, can you rough in our field
Yeah.
into like a little paint file or what have you?"
Yeah.
So a little JPEG that works out.
Mhm.
That's more than enough.
Actually, here's a funny one for you if you want. So this is where I did mine, is in PowerPoint. I put a topographical map down, and I use the shapes there to make a opacity lighter, so you could see underneath of it. And I just marked clear spots. Like it's like you said, it's simple. It's just take the time to do it. I think it's a great thing for walk on to the experienced player. That maps will make a bigger difference. So that's something cool to do for that. Yeah. So yeah, so we have definitely covered a lot into props and everything else. So in the comments, throw out like what's your favorite gear or your favorite prop that you've seen, and chat it up. So
Well, I can definitely throw. My favorite prop I ever saw was. Sorry, excuse me. Adjust my mic. Was a little briefcase bomb made by the MegFed militia. All they did was they went to a dollar store. Well, I'm sure they went to more than just a dollar store, but they got like a little plastic case that was silver and had a little handle on it and two click locks on it. They cut out the foam and put 2 pieces of plasticine, and then dug in a little. I don't remember what the metal was, and then some wires, and they ran them to like a little timer, and super glued it all into place so that it all just stayed in there. And that was a great little bomb. It like if I didn't know any better, plastic explosive, who knows? It was a neat little prop, and it was very cheap. Probably only cost them about $20 to make. And that right there, they ended up donating to the field, and I don't think there's anything left of it now. Pretty sure it's been like destroyed by camp kids. Yeah, it's paintball. Everything gets destroyed. Everything gets destroyed.
I think riot shields is an interesting one.
Silly string as zombie repellent. That's a new one to me.
Yeah, that was a prop there. Danny's is my tank. I think you're cheating a little bit there, Danny. So because he does it's Forge. He's just actually relaunched his podcast.
Well, I didn't see any comment from it, Danny.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, right above Jamie's. Yeah, he just relaunched where he did the Unmasked with Forge, where he just talks shop. He just relaunched. I haven't had a chance to listen to his new one, but definitely check him out as well. Brandon said he still has his map that he got from his first big game at PRZ. He's pinned it to his wall next to him right now. Nice. So that's pretty cool.
Good for him. I love the map at PRZ. All the at least the good ones that have all the rooms. Tier 1 did a really good one a couple years ago.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like it's an investment that's worth it, because even if like you don't name everything, but you can kind of give it a spot, or even what was I going to say, like if you want a simple one too, because I thought of this as well, is print it out on a fairly like large, like not even like you don't need like good photo paper or anything like that, but then put it onto a whiteboard, magnetic one, and then just put your magnets. Hey, this is the objective. This is where you are now. This is where you're going here. It gives you the mobility. It'll help get it going. Like it's something different to do, or even using a whiteboard to be like, hey, if you're at the spawn, go here. Objective is this. Like
Citrus Militia or Citrus Connection was huge for that. He always brought a little whiteboard of the field and would always have great up-to-date maps where people would always be scouting and running back positions and the battle lines. And he would actually keep George Orange, excuse me, Josh Orange would keep a very, very accurate map of the field as long as he possibly could. And that comes down to good leadership and good command, but that's a story for another day.
No, for sure. So, yeah. So I don't know if there's anyone else. Oh yes, Danny's podcast is on Spreaker. So
what's on Spreaker?
It's his audio for the podcast that he's doing. So because I was on.
No. What is Spreaker?
Similar to SoundCloud.
Oh, okay.
From what I understand.
What's the name of his podcast?
That's what I'm trying to look up again, because I'm just like, I got invited to this recently. Hold on.
Oh, well then. Thanks for letting us know. Enjoy. Have fun. Oh, he muted himself and he's typing.
Yes, because I'm typing away.
Yes. So it's a SoundCloud. So it's another audio sharing site. Yeah, we gotta set up like a Patreon or something. Then we got to give away stuff, and I'm frugal.
Actually,
we don't make any money off of this at all.
Giving away, but the Jester patch officially sold out in an hour. That was super,
you said
super
3
cool.
hours.
3 hours. Sorry, 3 hours is when it sold out. That was super cool.
Yeah, of course. That's amazing. So the Jester patch was a nice. For anybody who hadn't seen it, it was a retelling of the Jester patch with the Spec Ops 4 dot night vision goggles, and it was all proceeds for that went to a couple of different PTSD
PTSD programs.
programs, which is great.
So 100 of those were sold, about $15 USD. So
Damn, I didn't realize it was $15.
15
It's not
USD.
bad.
Yeah.
15 times 100. Oh, you had to took you a whole second and a half to figure that one out. 15
It's
times 100 is
late.
1500. I know. The extra zeros, they just add up on you.
Well, the thing is, I was doing that, and I'm like, I'm gonna screw this up and do only one.
Oh, he's got an Instagram page called Unmasked. I've seen your Instagram page, buddy. I think I'm not sure if I followed you today or yesterday or liked one of your things, but yes, no. Okay, perfect. Now I can put a name to the unmasked face.
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
Yeah. So.
I think I'm funny.
Yeah, so that sold out. That was awesome to see. Definitely, we're going to try and do some stuff in the near future. You've somewhat built your set. I need to somewhat build my floating shelf plans that I keep.
Oh, this is 2 chairs and styrofoam board.
Styrofoam
Foam board. S words. I'm done with the S words tonight.
This is what happens when I leave Jarvis unsupervised before the show, and I assumed he's been left with beer.
No. I kept my 3-drink limit.
Oh, that's good.
I'm good.
So fun.
I'm also sick, so I've been drinking a lot of water today.
Yeah.
It's been bad. A lot of antibiotics and water.
Yeah, 6 seasons definitely coming up. So, all right, cool. Anything else you wanted to cover, or?
Special guests coming up. I think we talked about all those. We still have to talk to them. There was a problem with our podcast the other couple weeks with Callum. He's back in Coldwater, waiting. He just moved. We're waiting on
Good internet.
his internet to get back up. Gallagher is set. I think he's back on another day soon. I'd love to get James. I never pronounce his name right, but he's gonna give me shit for it later. That guy, James. White. White. I don't know. Something white. Something very white.
Wait.
It's a very white name. We'll get him on sometime. Hopefully, we get to chat about cosplay and his adjustment to airsoft and stunts and props, which is something he's got really big into. And he's trying to get into the same unit as Gallagher and I for props and set deck, which would be awesome. It'd be cool to work with him because he actually lives right around the corner from the old effects shop that I worked at last year, which was kind of neat. I just found that out because when we went to Fan Expo, putting his address into Google Maps, and it's like, did you mean work? And it's like, no. It's close, but no cigar. Anyways, yes, no, I've got nothing else to add. I think our next episode will be talking tactical movies again. Yeah, which would be great. We'll be doing 13 Hours in Benghazi. Mm-hmm. So that'll be a good one.
That'll be.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
So 23. Hey, double digits. 22, 23.
Yay.
Twice as good as 2.
Yep. But yes, as always, guys, thank you for tuning in. You can find the videos on YouTube, just under Talking Tactical podcast, and then audio, just search anywhere. We're on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, any app that runs off both those searches. And as always, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram under Talking Tactical or Talking Tactical Podcast. So thank you guys so much for checking us out. We will see you on the field.
Thanks for Talking Tactical.